Hi everyone, I'm Richard, the creator behind the Midnight Core YouTube channel, and welcome to my first ever vlog. In this video, I'm going to bring you along with me to a climbing and camping trip to the Grampians and showing you what it's like going solo and all the bits and pieces along the way. Currently, it's Saturday around 4:15 p.m. and I'm going to spend a bunch of time prepping, planning to drive out tonight, get to my campsite, have a good night's rest, climb the whole day Sunday. Maybe I'll stay the night to Monday, depending on if it's raining or not, if the conditions are good. Otherwise, I'll just head back home. The first thing I need to do is to get on with my prep. For a trip like this, I go through 5 checklist items. The first is food and drinks, clothing, climbing and camping stuff, electronics, and toiletries. So let's head on into the kitchen and I'll show you what I'm cooking up. By the way, if some of you are wondering why I didn't go out today on Saturday, this is what Melbourne looks like every time I'm thinking about going to the Grampians these days. So much rain. Alrighty, welcome to my kitchen. It's a bit of a mess right now, but I've chopped some veggies to put in the oven, prep some seasoning, which I'm going to put on my chicken breast, which is also going in the oven. So on the menu for this trip will be a chicken pesto pasta with roasted veggies kind of thing. It's hard to cook with one hand holding a camera, so I'm gonna put you guys down somewhere and I guess I'll try commentate along the way. Alrighty, so I'm already quickly learning that filming with a phone camera is quite a challenge, not being able to see myself and get the framing right, especially in a tight space like a kitchen. But this video is not supposed to be perfect. So if I'm cut off, or if the thing I'm filming is cut off, we're just gonna learn and try better next time, right? So let's just hope they can see most of the important things, and I'm just gonna get along with my cooking. So I've got pumpkin, zucchini, and mushrooms for my veggies of choice with olive oil. I'm just gonna season the veggies with my usual like salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, and mix. Also, another thing I'm realizing is I have no idea when the phone is recording or not, unless I just remember or look at the screen, which is not facing me. There's no red light or anything. So when I'm stopping and starting, should be fine. Now I'm just so afraid that I'll think that I'm recording something, but I've actually stopped the recording. Whatever. We'll make do. Also, this is like a lot of veggies, don't you think? 4 servings. I don't think I'm supposed to overcrowd this pan so much. Oh yeah, it'll work. I think the veggies are gonna take longer to roast, so I'll put them in the oven first, and then I will put the chicken in after. Alright, into the oven it goes. Another thing I'm realizing is if I want to check my phone for what I need to do for the recipe, now I've got to like reset my whole camera setup because my phone is my camera right now, which is a bit annoying. Ah. Yeah.
18-minute timer set.
Got some water boiling for my pasta. My pasta of choice for today. Hey! My pasta's cooking, my veggies and my chicken is roasting. So after those are both done, I just need to mix it all together, and that becomes my 2 lunches and 1 dinner. So in the meantime, I will prep my 2 breakfasts, which will be some overnight oats. Alright, this might take a while, so I'll be back. Alright, that's my 2 breakfasts done and dusted. Boom. Boom. And the chicken. Holy moly, this looks so fucking good. I want to eat it right now. May have overcooked a little bit. And it's done. My chicken pesto pasta with oven baked chicken breast and roasted pumpkin, zucchini, mushrooms, topped with kale and spinach. Yummy! Alright, because I'm an absolute noob at this, I'm quickly realizing that there's absolutely no way that I'm filming every little thing that I do. There's just not enough time, storage on my phone, or battery. And if I keep going at this rate, I'm gonna end up at Grampians at like 3 AM, which is not ideal. So I've gone ahead and finished my cooking prep, which looks like this. 3 meals there, my 2 breakfasts of rolled oats, a crag snack, which today is going to be dried mango and some almonds. I usually do dried apricots instead, but the supermarket didn't have any. Sad. Sweet snacks, savory snack, healthy snack, and a bar to last me for 2 days, 1 night. Along the back is 4 liters of water. I'll fill these up before I go. And next is some clothes. Alright, there's a couple extra steps I have to do because my pad and bedding was in my apartment, so I had to transport it down here to my car. This is what the boot looks like now. I picked up my parents from the airport not long ago, so I had to clear out that space for their luggage, and also some space here to fit them too. So it's a bit of a mess right now. I'm gonna set you guys down and then get working on converting this into my car camping setup. Progress update. I've put in my pad in the boot. I have this sheet of MDF that I can slide forward so that I have a nice flat sleeping surface. Around the foot area here is filled out to create that platform, and I'll see you once I've put in my air mattress. Usually to inflate an air mattress like this, it would take an eternity to blow this up via your mouth. So I've got this really handy air duster which I use for bouldering, and the nozzle fits into the mouthpiece perfectly, and it literally fills up in like 30 seconds. And voila, it's all filled up. This thing is truly the best thing ever. Oh my god, it's amazing. And my bed has been set up. I just checked the temperature for tonight and it's gonna be like 2 degrees. So I want to bring out my extra blanket that I have and put it on in advance. I think future Richard would thank me for that. The extra blanket has been installed. It's nice and cozy in here. Hopefully it's warm enough Alright, I'm back in the crib. That was the first round of setting up my car. It's currently 7 p.m, so it's been a few hours. For reference, it usually takes me maybe 2 hours if I'm really quick to prep everything for a trip like this, but with all the filming and vlogging and whatnot, I think it's justified that it's taking longer. It's all part of the process, right? So I'm gonna get on with packing my clothes next. In addition to the clothes that I'll be wearing to the Grampians, I'm going to be bringing my PJs, top and bottom, a pair of socks to wear while sleeping so my feet don't get cold, a thin pair of shorts in case I need them, a spare t-shirt, and an extra pair of socks and undies, and 2 pairs of climbing socks, 1 for each day. And this is what I'll be wearing on the trip. Fleece, t-shirt, long pants, socks, and I always bring an extra puffer jacket in case it gets cold. In terms of climbing and camping stuff, I've already optimized it so that I don't have to bring too much extra stuff down to my car. So I've got my climbing shoes and Crocs, of course, chalk bucket, warm-up tools, and tape in that bag over there. My big tripod to film my sends, this electric air duster, which you've already seen already, and my headlamp, which is super important in case you get caught out at night. And make sure to bring that always. And the rest, thankfully, is already packed away in my car. Electronics is super simple. One enormous 27,000 milliamp hour power bank with a cable for my phone and a separate cable for my watch. And for my toiletries, again, it's already pretty optimized. Most of this stuff was pre-packed from my previous trips. So I just had to put in my toothbrush, toothpaste, night guard, and then some extra things like my hair gel, hairbrush, shampoo, conditioner. And that is all 5 checklist items done. I'm just eating some of the food that I prepped earlier for dinner. Some other few things aside from the 5 checklist things that I went through already that I'm going to bring on this trip is a book I'm reading at the moment called Tom Lake, which was recommended to me by a friend. And along the way, while I'm driving to Grampians, I love listening to audiobooks. I think it's a perfect thing to keep me engaged while I'm on a 3.5 hour drive to Grampians. And this is the part where I show you the audiobook on my phone, but I'm using my phone to record, so obviously can't. But I'm reading the 6th book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. It's called The Bedlam Bride, I think. And I just love the series so much, and I can't wait to listen to it while I'm in the car. I'm gonna finish this food, shower and brush my teeth, get everything all rounded up and move it to the car, and then finally head off. It is 9:15 and I have finally collected everything that I've prepared in one little area so I can pick it up all in one go and bring it to my car in one trip. I've added in an extra sun hoodie for some more layering because I know it's going to be colder later and I'd rather play it safe. I'm going to stop blabbering and get on with the freaking drive. So the earlier I can get there, the earlier I can sleep. See you in the car. Is that the right way of doing it? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Hello, we're in the car. So I've put in the destination in the navigation and it's telling me 10:15. Whoa, so soon. Jokes. I'm actually going to a petrol station to refuel first. So actually the ETA is 1 a.m. Better get started. Made it to the petrol station. At least fuel is cheap right now. U91 is $1.53. Winning. It is another 2.5 hour drive from the petrol station to the campgrounds that I'll be staying at. Usually from my place in the city, it takes about just over 3 hours. Actually, I should probably mention where in Grampians I'm going to, because the park itself is huge. So there's a few different bouldering spots, a couple near North Grampians. The one I'm going to is next to Hall's Gap called Venus Baths. So it's a little bit closer, maybe about half an hour. And Plantation Campground is where I'm going to camp, which is about 10 minutes away from Hall's Gap. Road conditions was quite wet coming out of the city. It was drizzling, a lot of traffic, but now I'm a bit further away. The rain stopped, thankfully. A lot less cars, so I can really enjoy the drive. It is just past midnight and I've got about an hour left on this beautiful drive. I'm enjoying my audiobook very much. Outside temperature 8 degrees. Road condition update, very dry, thankfully. It's nice and peaceful. We have officially arrived at our campsite. Let's fucking go. It's 1:15 a.m. and I'm trying to be quiet even though I'm in my car. I'm just so afraid people will hear me if I speak too loudly. I've changed into my PJs, put up some netting on my windows so I can keep them open overnight for airflow while keeping the bugs out. Blocked off my front windscreen for some privacy. Puffer jacket to block that window. It is bedtime. Let's get in. Finally in bed. It's actually not as cold as I was expecting it to be. It's nice and toasty in here. One thing that I immediately noticed after arriving here and turning off all the lights is how many stars there are in the sky. It's so pretty. I will see you bright and early in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It's 9:15 in the morning. I definitely overslept, but it's so nice and cozy in here and I slept so well, so it's time to get up. I'm alive! I'm gonna have some breakfast now, but here is the view from my window. So pretty. It's breakfast time. Today we're going to a boulder in Venus Baths called Alchemy. I'm going to try work on it and see if I can send it this trip. Then after that we'll figure it out and see what happens. I want to finish breakfast and then I'll take you to Venus Baths. We've made it to Hall's Gap. From here it's about a few minutes walk to Venus Baths and then the bouldering spot. I've got my gear all prepped, backpack, bouldering pad, ready to go. And we're just in the car park at the moment. Pretty empty, aside from some hikers. Is this how you do it? I don't know. This is the part where hikers go that way and climbers go up that way. There are a couple boulders right over here. That's Blockhead V10, and that's Ceramics boulder, which has Copperhead 7, Ceramics 5, and Red Bellied Black V2. Usually I would warm up on the 2 that's just over here. It's kind of wet and cold, so I think I might go straight to Alchemy, which is just around that way, and get settled so I don't have to move. Around this corner you'll see Beanstalk, the mega high V5 boulder. That's Beanstalk. And this is Alchemy V10. I finally made it. I had a close look at the holds and they look relatively dry. The top out a bit mossy. Let's get warmed up and started. Look what I found! I'm getting so distracted, but look how cute these tiny mushrooms are. There's even bigger ones here. Okay, that's enough faffing around. I've warmed up enough and it's time to lock in, so I'm gonna set up my camera on my bigger tripod and I'm gonna spend the next however long trying this climb. Let's hope it goes well.
Think about you. You used to get under my skin. I used to let you in. Over you, 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 over you.
So I sent it. Which I'm still literally in shock about. I know how the heck I just did that. 100% looks like I pooped myself. I swear I didn't. I slipped and fell in a puddle. But I may as well have been shitting myself because that top out was probably the scariest thing I've done in my entire life. It was so mossy, slick, moist, wet. I didn't know whether to go slow or fast. So I literally used my knees, my whole body to just scramble my way up to the top. I'm so relieved that I topped that out. Holy crap! Time for some lunch. And well deserved too. It's my reward for sending. If I don't send, I don't eat. No, I think I still would eat. I'd be starving. It's yummy. For some more context about this climb, I've spent one session in the past on Alchemy, and that was my first time at this boulder. The furthest I got in the past was reaching up my right hand to just barely touch the slopey hold on the Arete, and that was only one attempt. So I'm really glad this time around I got many tries getting up to that point, super happy about getting the send on my second session. It took me about an hour and a half. I feel like most of the V10s I've done in the past have all gone like first session exploring, finding my beta, but too tied to linking it that session, so then second session I'm fresh and just link everything together. So I'll just add Alchemy to that collection. Ooh. Demolished. Outdoor bouldering follows the leave no trace principle. Well, I think anything outdoors and nature related follows that, as well as me personally. So I tried to clean off the boulder as best as I can, as always, before leaving to the next challenge. All packed up. I've somehow convinced myself that Beanstalk looks doable, so I'm going to try send before I run out of daylight.
On any other night, you could do what you like. On the wall, on the floor, in the shower. Several rounds for hours and hours. But right now, it's kinda different. Let me keep it real, listen. It's not every day I need a break and intermission.
I sent it on my second try, because on my first try, I got hella spooked. The sun sets in about an hour, so I've decided to head back to the car and potentially drive somewhere close to the walking track to Bleachers, and it just means tomorrow I won't have to drive that much if I'm exploring Bleachers the next day. Just reflecting on my climb today, I only went to 2 boulders, but I sent both of them, which is actually very successful. I feel like you remember the failed sessions so much more than the ones where you send, so I have to cherish and celebrate this all the more to make up for it. So let's go. 2 sends. I'm going to drive to Sundial Car Park, which is where you access Bleachers from. Depending on how much sunlight is left, I might explore a little bit, but it's going to get dark really soon, so I might not film too much after this. I'm on the walking track to Bleachers at the moment. It's currently winter in Melbourne and the sun sets at like 5:10 p.m, which is so early. In the summer I would climb till 7 or 8:30 p.m. before heading back to camp, but in winter you lose out like 2-3 hours of climbing. It just forces me to pace myself throughout my trip, and it means I can spend time exploring, stretching, eating and reading in the comfort of my car while it's dark. That was way longer than what I was expecting. The guidebook says 15 to 20 minutes. It felt more like 25 minutes, almost an hour return. I'm gonna have some food and then get ready for bed after that. It's now about 10:45 p.m. and my weather app is telling me that it's 2 degrees outside. Feels like -2. I walked outside just then to go to the toilet and it didn't feel super duper cold, like not bone chilling cold. I was in my PJ pants and I survived. Ready to get in bed. I'm so ready to have a good night's rest. Good morning. I actually had this crazy idea of waking up at 6:30 so that I could go to that lookout I went to yesterday to see the sunrise, because the view would have been epic. But my alarm rang and
Oh man, I did not want to get out of bed. It was freezing. So I snoozed, and then I snoozed, and then I ended up sleeping extra 2 hours. So I have to save that sunrise for next time. I take back everything I said yesterday night about it not being that cold. It was freezing overnight. I'm pretty sure I woke up a few times just because the air around my face, the only exposed part, was just so cold. I ended up having to close the windows I usually crack open for airflow and to avoid this from happening. Mega condensation. But even the slightest breeze was too cold, so I'll deal with this in the morning.
Today we'll be going to Bleachers. It'll be my first time there actually, because it was banned for the longest time due to bushfires that happened earlier this year and last year. It recently got reopened, so I'm excited to explore. And we are off. I'm going to be listening to my audiobook on the approach because I already did this trek yesterday and it's quite long. So I'll see you when I'm there. You can see all the trees have been blackened from the fires and they're just now starting to regrow. It got so cloudy. I wonder what the altitude is up here. What the heck? It's kind of spooky. Alright, I've finished exploring most of the upper part of Bleachers. It's absolutely beautiful in this area. I've chosen my first boulder to warm up on. It's the one just behind me, called Bleached Balls V2. I know, it's a highball, so if I get spooked, I'm just gonna bail. You already know the drill. I'm gonna get warmed up and then start climbing.
Why can't you want me like the other boys do? They stare at me while I stare at you.
Okay, that did not turn out well. The holds are so sandy, so I just felt like I had no friction on the holds, which gave me no confidence at all, and I did not want to be slipping from up there, so let's move on. I just tried a V4 highball. That was also a bust. I'm quickly realizing that the rock in Bleachers is very sandy. It feels like some of the holds haven't been touched or brushed off in a long time. So I got spooked on that as well. So many bulgy, slopey holds. Just really didn't trust myself. I want to move on. I saw a couple other boulderers walk past earlier. Maybe for some emotional support, I might join them. We'll see. just sent anonymous Arete v5 with the new friends I made at the crag. Like, how's a rock formed like that? Alright, it's 5:30 p.m. and the sun has officially set. The two new friends I made at the crag, Max and Arete, left about half an hour ago, but I stayed back to explore a little bit more. I had a really fun day out. The boulders were gorgeous, especially in the clouds. It was so misty and eerie, and had a few notable sends. Day one at Venus Bards I got Alchemy v10 and the Beanstalk v5, and then today I ended up sending Slappers Arete v4, anonymous Arete v5, and Evac v6. Woo! Very successful. I do have to give a big thank you to Max and Arete for letting me join their group and so kindly spotting me and lending me their pads. I don't think I could have climbed as many boulders if they weren't there, so thank you so much. Made it back to the car, ready to drive back to Melbourne. It's going to be just over 3 hours, but I'll probably stop along the way to refuel, and because petrol's so cheap right now, I am feeling so grateful to be alive, so grateful to be physically healthy enough to experience what all these beautiful boulders have to offer. So grateful to have met two new climbing friends, and I'm just really happy to be here. Okay, let's drive. Fuel stop. So cheap. It's 9:50 p.m. and we've finally made it back home in one piece. Let's go. I'm gonna pack up everything in my car and then bring it all back up to my apartment. I ran out of time to finish unpacking yesterday night because I had work the next morning and I really needed to get to sleep. So 4 hours later, here we are. And even though I wished I could have slept for longer, man, sleeping in my own proper bed after a hot shower and 2 days of camping is absolute bliss. It's one of the best feelings in the world. I won't have time to unpack before I head to work, so I'll get to it when I come back. I finally got back from work and I got a nice little surprise. Check it out. The cleaning fairy gave me a visit. Just kidding, I got carried away and did most of the packing up already. I still have to do the washing and the dishes, but I'll spare you from all that boring stuff. So that concludes my Grampians trip and my very first time in Bleachers and my very first vlog ever. Actually, you don't know how many times I thought about giving up this whole vlogging and filming idea. It just felt so weird and awkward and uncomfortable, but I'm really glad I made it all the way through. At this stage of my life, I'm embracing discomfort and seeking new experiences, so this is just a part of it, and hopefully it turns out well. I really hope you enjoyed coming along with me, and maybe I'll see you in one of my next videos if I do end up making another video. Anyways, take care everyone. Goodbye.